Welcome back to our channel. Today I'm sharing a personal story, one I think many of you can relate to. Moving to Kuwait and integrating into life here comes with its own set of challenges. While everyone's experience is unique, one thing unites us. We're far from home. For some, the transition feels smoother, but for others, it's a journey full of hurdles. In this video, I want to share my struggles with learning Kuwaiti Arabic and how I found a way to learn and connect with my husband's family. If you've ever felt like an outsider at family gatherings, struggling to keep up with conversations, know you're not alone, and this story just might help you. When I married my Kuwaiti husband, I was excited to start a new life, immersing myself in his culture, language, and traditions. Moving abroad to be with him and his family felt like the beginning of a beautiful adventure. But what I didn't anticipate was how isolating it could feel to live in a place where I couldn't speak the language with the family. I was most frustrated when I found myself sitting alone at family gatherings, surrounded by people, yet feeling completely invisible. The laughter and conversations flowed around me, but I couldn't join in or understand what was being said. Asking someone to constantly translate was burdensome for them, and retaining the words on the spot definitely wasn't easy. I felt like I was on the outside looking in. This wasn't just about missing out on jokes or stories. It had deeper consequences. For the longest time, this was my only social circle. I didn't know anyone, wasn't working to meet people, and I wasn't driving to get out and about. My relationships were strained. I craved connection, but with every gathering, my feelings of being an outsider only deepened. When I first arrived in Kuwait, I thought I'd naturally pick up the language. After all, I was living in an Arabic-speaking country surrounded by native speakers. But as time went by, I realized that the environment wasn't quite the immersion I had expected. Without dedicated study or structured learning, I struggled. Years passed, and I found myself unable to hold even the simplest of conversations. The inability to speak Kuwaiti Arabic affected not just my social life, but also my bond with my husband and our children. And there's this common myth in multicultural families that if the mom doesn't speak Arabic, neither will her children. Family members often would just speak English to the kids and I, which made me realize I needed to change that narrative. Not just for myself, but for my kids. I didn't want them to grow up feeling not Kuwaiti enough or see their mom struggle to connect with the family. And I also wanted to support their efforts in learning Kuwaiti Arabic. But it was hard with young kids to care for. And for the longest time, I couldn't find the time to focus on myself or find the resources that I needed to progress in my language learning journey. But I knew I had to find a solution. I turned to various resources like language apps, Rosetta Stone, and books, but none of these methods worked for me. Without someone to guide me through pronunciation or explain things, the words on the pages felt lifeless and a waste of time. I knew I needed something more hands-on and practical. What ultimately helped was sitting with my sister-in-law and being very intentional about what I wanted to learn. I started writing down words and phrases and then recording her saying them so I could review and practice how to pronounce them. I focused on daily language practice, practical conversational skills that would allow me to engage meaningfully with my family, like the things that we encounter on a daily basis. I used the words and phrases over and over again in real-life settings. It wasn't and isn't easy. Some days are filled with frustration and doubt, stumbles and misunderstandings, and feeling like I'm hitting a wall. But I remind myself of the deeper desire behind my efforts to create stronger family ties, engage in local traditions, and participate fully in social events. And it doesn't matter how long it takes to build these new skills. I'm not in competition with anyone. And you aren't either. With every small step I take, like successfully holding a short conversation or understanding a joke, I feel a surge of confidence. Even receiving positive feedback on my pronunciation and attempts to communicate motivates me to keep going. It's as if a weight is being lifted, and every day I am improving and getting closer to where I want to be with speaking Kuwaiti Arabic. After so much dedication, I finally reached a point of comprehension. For the first time, I was able to engage in a discussion at a family gathering. I felt a rush of joy and shock. I was no longer a silent observer. I was an active participant, even if my speech wasn't perfect. This transformation didn't just change my relationship with my family. It changed me. I started feeling immensely accomplished, at ease, and accepted. Before, I would hear comments like, "So-and-so learned Kuwaiti in this amount of time," or "Why don't you know Kuwaiti Arabic yet?" But now, I've started to bridge that cultural gap, engage more with the family, and strengthen the bonds that truly matter. This is my home now. One of the most rewarding moments was sitting with my husband's grandmother and hearing her stories about Kuwait's past. Those conversations warmed my heart and reminded me why I started this journey in the first place. Learning Kuwaiti Arabic has also transformed how I interact with my kids. We've turned learning into a fun game. Sometimes we will only speak in Arabic for short periods, and they get a good laugh at my mistakes. My children are now fluent, alhamdulillah, and have become my biggest cheerleaders and even my little teachers. This experience taught me that learning a language isn't just about words. It's about connection. It's about showing respect for a culture, building relationships, and opening yourself to new experiences. Today, I'm proud of how far I've come, and I'm even prouder to have created a program that helps others who are like me, those who feel stuck, overwhelmed, and unsure where to start. If you've ever felt like I have, know there is a way. You can learn Kuwaiti Arabic, connect with your Kuwaiti family, and feel like you belong here. It's not about perfection. It's about progress. If you want to have conversations in Kuwaiti, gain deeper family connections, and feel confident expressing yourself, know that change is possible, no matter your age or how long you've been here. Let my story be a beacon of hope, whether it's for your kids, your marriage, or your peace of mind. Remember that every small step you take is a step towards transformation. Join me and our members on this journey. You'll be amazed at what you can achieve. Thank you for joining me today. Please like, share, and subscribe. Let's continue this journey together, supporting each other in our efforts to connect and understand. Until next time, take care. Ma salama.